Welcome, queens. Welcome. My name is Lydia. I am an artist. I am a speaker. I am a writer. I am a woman that loves to inspire other women, and this is Queen Conversation. I am so excited that you are here today. I am so excited to be talking to you about activating courage. Today, we're going to talk about how we can activate some courage in our lives. So stay tuned. Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. Courage is a lovely word. It's something that I believe and know that we all have, but sometimes we're not always walking in that courage or really leaning into courage and doing things that can make a big difference in our lives. As always, I'm speaking from experience because I know what it's like to be afraid, and so do you. The definition for courage is the ability to do something that frightens you. When people are courageous, they're stepping out, they're going into those spaces and places that just don't feel the best because we are afraid. I would love to think that eventually in my life at some point I'm going to be fear-free. The dreams and new ideas that I feel really in my heart, in my spirit, that I'm just gonna go after it. I'm gonna be like, yes, Lord, that is yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm ready. No fear, no questions, no doubts, no intimidation. But we all know, listen, that's not necessarily true. I'm courageous, you're courageous when we look into the unknown, when we look into the unfamiliar, when we look into the uncomfortable and do it anyway. Courage can be hard to embrace for many of us. We'd rather risk regret. That is a tongue twister and alliteration, okay? We'd rather risk regret than the discomfort of our wildest dreams, because dreams can be so wonderful when it's happening in between our ears, when no one else has ever given us their opinion about it because we've never shared it. This is why courage needs activation. This is why courage needs to be something that we stimulate, okay, that we activate. There's action to activation. One ingredient that I've recently purchased and used because I love to bake was active dry yeast. And yeast is so cool because it's defined as this tiny plant-like microorganism. That's what gets your bread rising. That's what makes bread bread. Unless you're baking flat bread, you need the yeast to get that pillowy, doughy, soft, pull apart, heat rising aroma. It takes that little small microorganism known as yeast. That is an active ingredient. It activates, it stimulates, it causes it to rise. And so we're going to talk about the ingredient, the thing that we need to activate courage. And you might already know it's encouragement. Just like yeast in baking, encouragement can activate our courage. Now you might be saying, of course, yeah, that makes sense. But is it something that you do? Is it something that you are conscious of? So let's dive in. In episode 11, we talked about self-sabotage and how to not self-sabotage. And encouragement here is what is going to be the opposite of self-sabotage, and it sets you up for success. Now, here's the coolest thing. I found that literally in the dictionary, one of the definitions for encouragement is the exact same definition used for activation. And that definition is stimulate. and cause to develop. So just like when the yeast activates the dough, there's a stimulation. Encouragement is defined as stimulation. When you are encouraged, you are stimulated. When you are encouraged, you begin to rise. You begin to see beyond the doubt and the fear and the what ifs that can cloud your judgment and decision about going after what you want. This is so powerful for you to lay hold of, Queen. And I want to share with you 3 ways that you can activate courage. Number 1, you have to encourage yourself. Yes, yes. Go ahead, sing it. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Okay? You have to do that. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you encouraged yourself today? Have you actually said to yourself, maybe out loud or just in your own mind, something that is inspirational, something that is motivational, something that is intentional, or something that is going to push you in the direction that you desire to go? Have you said something kind to yourself today? Have you said, I love you to yourself? Have you said how proud you are? If you are listening and watching this and you're thinking, no, I haven't, or it feels kind of strange to you to even think about sitting there and saying motivational, encouraging, inspirational things to yourself, then you definitely want to apply this to your life from today. This is something that I have begun to do. I say to myself, I'm proud of you, or I say other inspirational things. We call these mantras, affirmations. All of these things are so critical to us being courageous. Don't wait for someone else to do it. Don't depend on someone else encouraging you. You be the source of inspiration for yourself, or you be one of the main sources of inspiration for yourself. Be one of the main channels through which love flows to yourself. That encouragement, starting with myself, makes all the difference, because that's what really has activated the courage in me. Let's go on to the next point. The way that you can activate courage is to look at the why nots instead of the what ifs. Many of us have a long list of what ifs that are all negative. What if this goes wrong? What if I mess everything up? Oh, what if I fail? Stop. You will probably fail, or you're not going to be like an overnight success. You know, when you say fail, like you're going to experience like a setback, or you're going to experience things that aren't ideal to you, but that's something that everyone deals with. My dad, Lawrence E. Kennedy, always says, and he said this many years ago, and I remember sharing this with someone who's so powerful. He gives himself permission to fail, but not permission to quit. Permission to fail, but not permission to quit. I feel a Queen Conversation episode coming on from that, but we'll probably get some notes from him. With that being said, start with I can statements. Again, take the mantras or the affirmations, all the things that we say that are encouraging and inspirational, and attach a why not to it. I can achieve financial freedom. Why not? I can create a life I love by doing what I love. Why not? I can begin to impact the industry in an innovative way. Why not? I can share my gifts and my talents and make a difference in someone's life. Why not? When you say I can, when you say I am, when you say I'm able, when you are encouraging yourself, why not? The final way that you can activate courage is by intentional encouragement. Giving a word of encouragement to someone else, giving a smile, being that person, right, that understands the power of encouragement, and you want to encourage a fellow queen. And let me tell you something, by encouraging others, it can encourage you. It's a full circle. That's one of those healthy cycles. When I give, it comes back to me, or it's the gift that keeps on giving. This is what Queen Conversation is for me. I am committed to inspiring women. I am committed to speaking about the positive things that we can experience in our emotions, in our everyday lives. I am committed to this idea of us being queens and being valuable, and that value being recognized by ourselves, honored by ourselves, like by us as women, and then likewise imparting that same honor to other women, okay? And when I encourage myself and I encourage others through Queen Conversation, that is what causes me to be so full and to be just really feeling revitalized. Let's commit ourselves to staying in spaces and in experiences that are positive, that are encouraging to you. Let's be intentional in our encouragement. I encourage you to activate courage today in your own life by going after all that you believe in. And do that on a daily basis with the ingredient, with the activation known as encouragement. Encourage yourself, queen, and encourage someone else. Leave an encouraging comment. Say an encouraging word. Do something that is encouraging for yourself and for someone else today, and it's going to make a great difference. Queen, I want to thank you so much for watching another episode of Queen Conversation. I am so grateful that you took the time to watch today. I am going to encourage you to leave a comment regarding anything that you took away from this episode. And I also want to invite you to follow me on all social media platforms at I Am Lydia. Be the best queen that you can be, which is simply the best you that you can be. Until the next episode of Queen Conversation, thank you once again for watching. Welcome, queens. Welcome. Come in, queen. Come on in. Come and have yourself a comfortable sit down. I got one of these big peacock throne chairs for you. So let's get comfortable and do what we do. Of course I can. Encouragement is what activates. As the plane goes by. In slow motion, of course. Still going. It's like the sound just lingers. My stomach is growling. Have you encouraged yourself today?